Howdy ho everybody and welcome back to another World of Warships, this time being the live recording of the update 14.9, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit surprised with some of the stuff in here, because I've done a quick read-through. First of all, got Liberty. This seems really cool. I did do, like, PTS stuff about this, and it looks really cool. I don't know how asinine it's actually going to be for, like, doing it in real time with progress over time. But the Bridgeport looks neat. Definitely looks like it might be a fun boat to play when it comes to like operations and such. Same thing with the new camo looking pretty good, all things considered. And then Montana getting another camo, which doesn't look too great, but oh well. We're also getting a new commander, new flag. We're actually getting David Farragut as a season's commander, so I'm very hyped about that one. I'm hoping it's really good. And then we have a couple more like ports getting decorated just to like honor the 25th anniversary of the Navy, which is also pretty cool. This one especially looks really dope. If I can actually go find it. Yeah, there it is. The ocean map coming back as an actual port with a whole bunch of shit in the background. With what looks to be a couple of support carriers, a whole bunch of Liberty ships, a couple of Atlantas, a couple of either Farraguts or Bensons. Looks like there actually is a North Cal in the background there, but unclear. It's a little bit too fuzzy for me to see this at like 10 in the morning. Looks like Bridgeport herself is actually there, unless that's a bigger ship. Excuse me, is that a Clemson? That's a Clemson. Or the Tier 3. Is that a West Virginia in the background? West Virginia, Arizona, like, any of those could be fun. That looks like a Texas, actually, without a third gun. No, it can't be. That one all the way over there, like, the third one in the line, looks like a Texas, though. Zero idea. I think I see a St. Louis in the background as well, now that I think about it. It's like, we're also getting Indiana, which I'm hoping is not asininely annoying to try to get out of the crates or the consecutive bundle, because I'm actually kind of interested in this one, just because of the fact I do like Indiana as like an actual state. So, also the skin looks just fabulous, and I like good skins on good American battleships. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So I'm hoping that one is at least somewhat good. The really unneeded thing, really don't feel like this was needed, especially as the original ship is most likely not coming back from what it looks like. More information will be in a separate article. Okay, so it does say this here. The original ship was constructed in the dockyards during 12.7 and 12.9, and she's making her first return since then. But it is very unclear if it's talking about the B, or just are they actually throwing her back out in some stupid crate that's about to be like super annoying to get, like 1% chance for a premium. Because be kind of cool to know, because I do want this ship. I just don't want to do the dockyard is my problem. Shit. Like, at least the skin looks good. This time hit the X button instead of the back like an idiot. Also a decent amount of shit here, including the, I like this commander, from what I've seen. There's a shit ton of crates, so if you're gonna be farming oil for clans and such. 420 oil is pretty hot for at least the first progression line, and then you have, like, a whole bunch of other shit here. Like, for example, Dish. I do like Prince Frederick, so seeing more people playing Prince Frederick is definitely going to be one of those fun ones. Really curious on if they're going to do anything this patch for Halloween, which is probably going to be a no, considering there's nothing, like, literally nothing here about it. Which is kind of wild to me that we're not getting a Halloween patch 2 years in a row, but whatever. Speaking of which, we still have these cruisers, which they're alright. Definitely not worth, like, spending money to get to the tier 8 or 9. But they're alright. Not too bad. This one I just feel like it was worthless, but it is very useful in a few ways. Like, you can now choose who you communicate with instead of just fully closing down the chat, which is very good, genuinely. But it does feel like it's going to be used in the wrong way, because there's a lot of people who will just straight up ignore chat, even though there's, like, somebody actually giving you some good shit you should probably do. Like, if somebody is new to one of the operations and they don't know that something's about to spawn right next to them and get absolutely diddled by, like, a Yamato on Aegis, or, like, for example, a couple of other ones, like the Whiskey Destroyers over in Pacific, I believe. And you can't warn them because they're being stupid and had their battle chat disactivated for, like, every person, then it's obviously going to cause issues with people who just don't know what to do in those ops and, like, certain game modes, which might suck, to be honest, but it is what it is. If you hear me sipping in the background, sorry, that is my coffee. I am still a bit tired, waking up at 6 in the morning to prep for a recording. Then we have the Grand Voyage stuff, like always. I'm 50% through the GQ Johnny, so I'm definitely getting that. I was going to get it anyway, just because of the fact I want that shit. If you haven't started completing the dedicated missions yet, time is running out, but you can still begin on October 1st and have enough time to earn the ship, which definitely really cool. Then Blast for the Past is going on still. I don't really like this. What? Blast for the Past. In the final chapter, you'll take on most tier 9s and 10s battleships, cruisers, destroyers currently in the game. Okay, so it doesn't give us airstrikes, burst fires, and combat instructions. Good. I was about to say, I read that and I'm like, I need to reread this. Pause. That's really good. Then, Brawls 3v3 tier 9. Not bad, honestly. I might play that. No more than 2 battleships, 2 cruisers, or 2 destroyers on the team. Unclear if that's going to just be the only 3 types of things that you can throw in there, but oh well. Then a 3v3 tier, actually it's tier 9, you don't have to worry about that. Though, damn, really? Good. And then the 2v2 tier 10s with no aircraft carriers and submarines as well. Good, honestly. Now this one I like. So, back a couple of weeks ago, one of the French streams said that they were going to give out defense for coal. And I was taking that with a big-ass bowl of salt because we didn't hear anything about it from, like, any other thing as I know of, or at least was told about. And I am so glad that the defense is there. That's a bit too much of a cost for coal, but giving people that ship for coal is actually kind of rad. Just because of the fact that is a really, really fun boat. And it does not deserve to be in the status of, like, hard to get just because you don't want to spend money on a Santa crate. Because the only way to get it was either doing the salvage for victory, which is also how you got Kitakame, which a little bit pissed off that I didn't get, honestly. But it is what it is, I just didn't want to spend money. And then you got this one if you didn't get through to the Kitakame, which definitely a fun boat. I need to get Kitakame if it ever comes back, even if it will cost me an arm and a leg. But I'm shocked. I thought Ocean was going to be a steel ship, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I am down to have it be an RB boat. Though it is a Colossus at tier 10, which is kind of wild. I do want to point out it does have smoke curtain, meaning this thing's going to be definitely very, very useful. Even for, like, the lower skill players, they'll still be able to, like, smoke curtain people up. Which, kind of hot, honestly. Her torpedo bomber squadrons have a large number of aircraft that prepare quickly and have large health pools. Oh no! That's worrying. But, no, I'm shocked. I said it was going to be steel, but I also know for a fact that we haven't had a CV or a sub in that category yet, and I was really hoping it was going to be a research boat, just because of the fact it would be new. It would be a change of pace, and I am glad it's here, even though I'm not going to grab it. Probably will be like one of the last ones I grab out of there. We're also getting 8 more ships into the armory next patch, and some of them are hot, some of them are not. The ones that are not is the Gonorrhea, refuse to say your name correctly, because F you, and Picardy, which I have the misery of owning for, reasons. Thanks, Santa Crate. We also have Inchin, Monmouth, Seal, which still pissed off we don't have a Seal Clubber skin for that, but oh well. Jupiter 42, Gumo, which I like it. It's definitely one of those really good ships. And Narvin, which, yes, good ship. 100% a good ship. And then, like, a few other things. Like, for example, you can get a commander, which is actually the namesake of the Collingwood, which tier 7, shittier version of Nelson, pretty much. But it's not that shitty, it's like most 6-gun battleships, it has some horrible dispersion when you get it. But, it is a fun boat. We're also getting just a whole bunch of other stuff here and there. And then a few, cruisers, and a whole bunch of other shit for people to test, which one day. Fix the textures for Hoffman Gold. I wouldn't have known. I didn't get it. I'm still pissed off about it. But, is what it is. I do hope everybody had an amazing day. Appreciate it by stopping by and chilling out with us. I'm going to go, grab more coffee, upload this, and then go play the game so I can get these stupid things done. Well, not that. I don't feel like buying a shit tier 8 cruiser. But, getting these done so I can get my damn Johnny. See you all latest. Bye.